Greetings. In this video, I would like to show how students can access the ADAPT system in one of two ways, either directly by taking a link to the ADAPT site itself or by going to a web page where the instructor has embedded ADAPT questions into a LibreTexts page. I'm logged in right now as a student, Bob's student, and if I go to the ADAPT system and go to my courses, I can see the courses that are available to this student. And you simply go to the course that you're registered in, click on the assignment number. There can be more than one question to an assignment, and you simply proceed to do the work and submit your answer. Now, you also have the option of embedding these into web pages, and I created a series of pages for daily quizzes. And one of the things I like about this is I think it's easier to navigate, but also your responses are shown on the web pages. So right before making this video, the fake student went in here and he answered this question, and he made some mistakes, and the grader then came in and graded the work. The student can see right next to his submission or her submission their score. The instructor can provide comments, and lo and behold, you're supposed to have a small A here, and the student could try and go in here, resubmit it, and it's not going to accept the resubmission because this has already been graded. Now, if I go to the next quiz on nomenclature, I did two things here. The first one, the student started typing some stuff, but the deadline hasn't arrived and this has not been returned. So the student could type in some more stuff, change their answer to a new answer, submit it, and up until the deadline it will accept their submissions. In the next question, the question has not become available. So the instructor is able to post these, set it up to a time, and they can become available when the instructor wants, so the student knows where to go for the assignment, but the questions aren't there. Now, the nice thing about these is these can be randomized questions, okay? So let's look at how we make these questions and how we embed them into a web page. So now I'm logged in as an instructor, and once again, I have two options. This is the exact same page. And so I'm going to open the ADAPT site in a new tab, and I'm going to go to the daily quiz site. And when I go to the ADAPT site, I haven't logged into ADAPT system. I was logged into LibreTexts, but it uses the single sign-on. So I click here to log in, and I couldn't go in this way, but I'm going to use a single sign-on from my campus login. And I'm now logged in. It was very quick to do this because I happen to be logged in already through my email. Okay, now I want to go to the course question. And now you got to be careful. Each question has a question ID. So let's just go over here and look at scientific notation. Question 2. Each ADAPT question has an ID. This question is associated with this particular class. I'd have to go to the properties and change the due dates. Okay, so this was due in February of 2022 because this was my spring course. And if I'm reusing this course, I could change these dates now. Otherwise, I'd want to copy the entire assignment, okay? But if I copy the entire assignment, if I make a clone of it, it's going to have a new ADAPT ID. So this ADAPT ID is associated with this question. What you'll notice is that there are 7 questions here, and each question has the first 4 digits the same, okay? And if I look at these questions, what you can see is these are permutations. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the first 4 digits when we embed this in a web page, and then the students will get a permutation of this question. So I've copied the ADAPT ID. I have to copy the entire ID, not the first 4 parts. Now I go over to a web page, and I'm just going to arbitrarily put it into question 2, 3 numbers. And of course, I'd want to put this in the appropriate page, but I'm just demoing how to do this. And I go click on Edit. And now I'm logged into LibreTexts as the instructor. I have editability. And because I'm going to destroy this, I'm just going to put 2 letters here to make it easy to delete this once the demo is done. And if I go up to the toolbar here, you see what the question mark is. It says Insert Query, and to the right of it, the icon is missing right now, but it says Insert Adapt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and this opens up a Deca script, and I just simply paste in the ID. Now this ID is for that specific question. Now, what I want to do is I have to go to the properties and randomize these, but if I remove everything after the first 4 digits, so this says 3242, now I close this, now I save this, okay, and now I've got this new page in here. I'm going to Control C, copy the URL, drag in my student's browser, paste that URL in here. And so what you notice here is that now I have this new question in here. The student can submit this. Of course, I have to go into the properties and adjust the date and stuff, because this particular question was actually already answered in the spring 2022. Okay? Hopefully this is clear and shows you how easy it is. My comment and warning to you is that when you use an adapt ID, make sure that the ID is the question that you want. And if you're taking it from another course, you're going to want to clone the question. Okay, you don't want to use the exact same ID from another course, but you may use the same question, but when you clone it, you make a new ID.